156 pounds and 1.09 pounds.
What's that for?
For our first dinner here. Oh man!
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, but I don't know what it means.
What was, no, I said, what was she saying?
Help the homeless?
Help the homeless. That would make sense.
What were you saying?
Happy Goblas.
Happy homeless. And what does that translate into, honey?
Help the homeless. Stupid.
Are you okay?
It's hard.
Are you still tired? Look, there's the po-po again. The whole police department.
Where?
In the blue and pink neon.
We already got a picture of that.
My name is gentleman tour guide driver is Mr. Dela Cruz. Downtown bus. And we're going towards the Empire State Building, Soho, Chinatown. Battery Park World Trade Center site. Now, any folks on the bus want to go take the Brooklyn tour? You want to take the Brooklyn tour? The Brooklyn tour next departure will be 3 o'clock from Battery Park. Now, we should make that. We should. We'll see. If you folks want to go on a night tour tonight, the night tour has 2 departure points. One is Times Square, 47th and Broadway. Second departure point is 47th Street and 8th Avenue. The first night tour is 6 o'clock. They run every 15 minutes to 9:30 at night for the night tour. Here on our right is the the old Paramount Theater. And this was a regular theater one time. In 1940s, Frank Sinatra sang here. And your great-grandmothers, the Bobby Sockers, screamed out his name. That's right. Great-grandma and grandma had their day too. Let me tell you something, okay? Grandma was always home baking cookies. She only tells you the story she wants you to hear. Right? That's right. All right, we're crossing 42nd Street in a moment. And as we cross 42nd Street, you look right across to the right-hand side of us, a sign for the show 42nd Street. Folks, I just love that show. It's a great show. Show 42nd Street. There's a sign right there. To our right is the show Lion King. And then also to our right is Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. The Wax Museum costs you $22. It's one of the few museums open 7 days a week. Most museums in New York City are closed on Mondays. Alright, now while we're here at this traffic light, let me explain again about the discount theater coupons. It's always important to save money. Alright, now, if you go into the visitor center again, Times Square, there's a big desk in the middle. And the person on that desk has these discount theater coupons. He may have something for Chicago, 42nd Street Cabaret. With a discount theater coupon, you can save about $30 to $40 with the price of theater ticket. You take the coupon, go to the box office, and you can buy a ticket for tomorrow, next day, next week. And also use your credit cards. TKTS is only for the same day, okay? Now, TKTS will be open today at 3 p.m. And tomorrow, Saturday, most Broadway shows again, girls always get a discount ticket for them. I know we just left the theater district, and we are now in the garment district. And if you look right across the street, left-hand side coming up, see a big button and needle. That's a symbol of the Garment District, left-hand side. The Garment District goes from 40th Street here up to 35th Street, one block to the right, one block to the left. And all the big designs are here, Gucci, Versace, and Taylor, TKNY. Now if you look on the left-hand side also, right, you see a Jewish man by the sewing machine. See the statue here, left-hand side? Now, at one time, most of the workers here in the Garment District were Eastern European Jewish people. Many Italian Americans also worked in the Garment District. My mother worked in the Garment District. Most of the workers today are Latinos and Asians. Now, on all the big designs are here in the Garment District. TKNY is down here, Ann Taylor, all these guys, Gucci, all these guys. And on these side streets, there are stores that sell wholesale and retail. Buy 5 buttons down here or 5,000 buttons. Buy 1 yard of fabric or 1,000 yards of fabric. In the upper floors, there are factories where they make many of the clothes. Now, the garment industry is one of our biggest industries here in New York City. Another big industry, of course, is banking, finance. Another big industry is entertainment, you know, movies, TVs, things like that, shows. Another big industry is the restaurant industry. But there's one business, one industry that's bigger than all the rest. What do you think the #1 business in New York City is? Of course, tourism, not drugs. Tourism, yeah. Last year, 35 million people visited New York City and they all spent money. God bless you, tourists, we love you. We're expecting 37 million this year, 2 million more. And don't you worry, we'll find room, okay? 2 or 3 can stay with me, 5, 6 can stay with Mr. Dela Cruz downstairs. He's got a bigger place. Now, in World 5, in Manhattan, right now we're in Manhattan, and on Manhattan Island, 1.3 million people live in Manhattan, 1.3 million on this island. And Monday through Friday, 3.5 million more come here going to work. Myself and Mr. Dela Cruz came here to see you folks today. And we're very happy with this, and a nice bunch of people. So far, anyway. We have 2.5 hours to go. Now you guys are going. Alright, now our next step is going to be Macy's. And we're not allowed to make a left-hand turn on 34th Street by Macy's. We have to go around the block. And the reason why we can't make a left-hand turn is because the mayor said we can't. And Mayor Bloomberg has enough trouble as it is without me and Dela Cruz getting any more trouble. Our mayor, Mr. Bloomberg, is a billionaire with a B, not a millionaire with an M. That's right. And it's sad to say the mayor is not very popular. He has an approval rating of about 25%. It gets better. 65% of New Yorkers said they wouldn't have dinner with the guy. That's right. Now, why is he so unpopular? Because he had to raise taxes, property taxes, taxes, what do you call it, sales taxes, things like that. And people don't like that kind of thing, so he's not a very popular guy, sad to say. There's another reason, too, I'll tell you in just a moment. But first of all, I'll tell you about that in a moment. Look on the left-hand side, we get into this intersection, you see the Empire State Building to our left. It'll be the tall building with the monkey on top. Oh, in the track? Okay. You'll see in just a moment. One more thing about the mayor. Another reason why the mayor is so unpopular, because of the cigarette laws. Are there any smokers on the bus? As of March 30th, there's no smoking in the bars. That's right. Are you from California? No, you just don't like to smoke. Our laws are like your laws. Yeah. In California, you can buy also what you want, but you can't smoke in any place. Same way in New York City also. Yeah. So a lot of people really go very unhappy about that. Even in there it is right there. Oh, wait, I don't see King Kong. What time is it? Oh, King Kong's on lunch. He goes to lunch from 1 to 2. All right, we'll swing right around to the right now. You look right ahead of us, you'll see Madison Square Garden. And that's where the Knicks play. It's our men's basketball team. The Liberty plays there. It's our ladies basketball team. The Rangers play there. They have concerts there. They have tennis there. They have boxing there. This Madison Square Garden you see here is not the original. It's Madison Square Garden number 4. The first two were located downtown at 23rd Street. The one was located back on 50th and 8th, and 1968 they moved right over here. Now actually, if you look here on the left, the round building is actually Madison Square Garden. So you say to yourself, wait a minute, if it's round, why do they call it Madison Square Garden? Well, when we get down to where the original Madison Square Garden was, you'll see exactly how it got its name. Now look out the window directly ahead of us. You see a gray building, the United States Post Office. That is one of the largest post offices in the United States. They're open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, even on Thanksgiving, New Year's, and Christmas. And they're very busy in that building on April 15th, right guys? In the United States, we have a window of opportunity to send our tax bill to government. January 1st, April 15th. If the government owes us money, when do we file our taxes? January. We owe them money, when do we file our taxes? April 15th. Every year in that post office on April 15th at 11 o'clock at night, there's still folks doing their taxes. Now, get your cameras out, guys. You want to take a picture of the Empire State Building if you'd like to. We'll be making our right-hand turn. You'll get a good shot of the Empire State Building. We'll make this right-hand turn. On the right-hand side of us is Duane Reade Pharmacy. What's so important about that? Well, pharmacies are good. It's a good know where the pharmacies are. Not so much for aspirin, but for film. That's right. Do not buy film at the hotel. Do not buy film at the museums. And please, don't buy film at the Empire State Building. That's the worst place to buy film. I had a lady on the bus the other day, and she was going to the Empire State Building, and she needed film. She said, I'll just wait to get to the top of the Empire State Building. Well, she did that. She bought 2 rolls of film. They charge her $21. That's 2 rolls, not 2 packets. So I said to her, well, you know, why did you take them both? She said, well, he already rang them up. So tell the guy to unring them, right? Of course, he got you. Also, pharmacies sell bottled water. You guys like that bottled water, I know that, right? Yeah. Well, I don't get this whole thing with the water. Let me tell you about water here for a minute. Hold on a second. See this bottle of water? I bought it in May. It's going to last me till October. I fill it up every day. That's right. At the end of the day, I always find these bottles all over the bus. Folks, when they're empty, what you do with them? Fill them up, refill them. It's water, right guys? 10 years ago, you would never have thought about buying water. Now everybody buys water. The worst is when I go to a restaurant, I see somebody next to me having a bottle of water. You crazy? All right. And don't tell me about microbes. You know, these microbes going to get into your system, you have to refill it. Just rinse it out good. Now granted, I lost all my hair from all that bottle, all that water, but I saved a lot of money anyway. Right across the street, left-hand side of us, is the Hotel New Yorker. Hotel New Yorker is owned by the Unification Church. That's Reverend Moon's group. Now, in all 5 counties, there are 8 million of us. That's right, just like me. Well, it's something different. And, yeah, 8 million we have 8 million New Yorkers living here, and we speak now. Now, some of the Americans aren't too sure about that, and the folks in the UK, they know it's not English, it's American. 1 million kids go to our schools, with 80,000 school teachers, 37,000 policemen, 10,000 firemen, and 7,500 sanitation men. New York's finest, our firemen are New York's bravest, our sanitation men are New York's strongest. Not horsepower to garbage, it takes muscles to fill those garbage cans. Now they're going to right-hand turn on 34th Street, we're heading west, east I should say, on 34th Street. Now something to remember as you walk around the city. All the streets go east-west. Streets go east-west, avenues go north-south. Have you noticed that the east-west blocks are very long, and north-south blocks are short? Did you find that out the hard way? Don't you just hate those things you learn the hard way? Well, let me explain what we're talking about. If you're at 42nd Street and 7th Avenue, and you'd like to go to Macy's, that's 34th and 7th, that's 8 short blocks away, easy to walk. However, if you're at 42nd Street and 7th Avenue, and you'd like to go to the United Nations, that's 42nd and 1st, that's 8 long blocks. So north-south is short, east-west is very long. 20 north-south blocks are 1 American mile, and 20 north-south blocks are 1.6 kilometers. Alright, our next step is going to be Macy's. Let me get this next stop for Macy's. Any Macy's? Yeah, Macy's? Alright. Just so you guys know, I'm a medium and Dela Cruz an extra large. Dela Cruz, you're extra large or a large? Large? He's a large. He's a large. No sense getting the wrong size. We're running every 10-15 minutes, and Last bus of Macy's will be about, I don't know, about maybe 5:15, 5:20, I think about 5:20. Macy's is the world's largest department store. They're open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday till 8:30 at night, Sundays till 7 p.m. They open at 10 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Saturday, and 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. And they take all major credit cards. Now, why do I say they take all major credit cards? Because at one time, they only took the Macy's card. Yeah, they took everybody's card. And that Macy's you see there is not the original Macy's. That's Macy's number 3. The original Macy's was located south of 14th Street. That building is gone. Macy's number 2 was on 14th Street, and that building is there. We'll see Macy's number 2. And in 1902, they moved that spot right ahead of us. Now, I'm sure everybody saw the movie Titanic. Do you remember the elderly gentleman and lady went down with the ship? She didn't want to leave her husband. They went to bed together and just went down with the ship. That was Ida and Isidore Strauss. They owned Macy's. They bought Macy's from a man named Roland Macy. Now, Roland Macy was a commercial fisherman, and he decided to try the retail business. He was not successful, and the Strauss family bought him out. Now, it's changed hands many times. It's known by Federated Department Stores, but of course the name always stays Macy's. It's the same thing with Bloomingdale's. You know Bloomingdale's at 59th Street and Lex? Bloomingdale's, of course, is no longer owned by the Bloomingdale family, also owned by Federated Department Stores. Of course, that name always stays Bloomingdale's also. Bus from UK. Anyone on a bus from UK, United Kingdom? Who owns Harrods? Who owns Harrods? You own Harrods? Yeah. Mr. Al-Fayed, right? Mr. Al-Fayed, are you guys going to change the name? You going to change the name to Mr. Al-Fayed's place? Of course not. Harrods, right? We'll go to London, we won't go to Harrods. You guys go to New York City, want to shop at Macy's and Bloomingdale's. Yep. Harrods is located in Knightsbridge. You have at 10 a.m. That's right. Been to London twice. Gotta love going to the UK. Everybody speaks English. Love that. Very easy for me. The last bell to the statue is 4:30. So I would suggest, if you want to go to the statue and the Empire State Building, you should stay on the bus. Of course, you're on vacation. Also, remember, the next Brooklyn tour is 3 o'clock. So if you want to go to the Brooklyn tour with Battery Park, I would suggest also you stay right with us. But of course, you're on holiday, you can do whatever you want.
Brooklyn Bridge.
Folks, remember this song, Give My Regards to Broadway?
Yeah.
Mamita Harold Square?
Yeah.
Remember that song?
Yeah.
Well, directly ahead of
Yeah.
us, that big intersection is Herald
Yeah.
Square. And Herald Square is named after the newspaper New York Herald. And both in this area, actually two blocks to our left, they're gone now. Alright, got a fire truck behind us. I'll come to our stop here in a moment and close the building. This next stop, Empire State Building. Empire State Building. Alright, no one's getting off. Yes, getting off?
Yeah.
Not getting off. Alright, the Empire State Building is 1,250 feet tall, 280 meters tall, 1 2 floors high. It's an office building, nobody lives here. You get that, girls? You meet some guy in the bar, invite you back to his place for a drink, and he says, visit the Empire State Building, do not go home with him. He's not going to leave you here. He's not going to take you here. He's going to stop at the Empire State Building. Meters tall, 102 floors high. Now the last elevator goes up 11 o'clock at night. 11 o'clock at night. We're open at 9:30 in the morning. Now before the Empire State Building was here, there was a hotel called the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Does that sound familiar? Yes, somewhat. The city began to tear down the Waldorf on October 30th, 1929. And the Empire State Building opened up May 5th, 1931. Do the math, folks. That's 19 months. Now it gets better. From the time they actually began to build the Empire State Building, lay the foundation to the time it opened up, that took 13 months. And one particular day, they built 2 floors. You must remember this was the Depression, right? And these men, when they had a job. When the boss said jump, you asked them how high. Now in 1931, when the Empire State Building opened up, it was only about 20% occupied. And folks who started to call it at that time the empty state building. but did not become nearly 100% occupied until World War II. Now, of course, there are many movies attached to the Empire State Building. My three favorites are King Kong, Sleepers in Seattle, and my all-time favorite, An Affair to Remember. Anybody seen An Affair to Remember? Oh, with Cary Grant and Deborah Carr. It's a very sad movie with a happy ending. Also, there was a remake with Warren Beatty and Annette Bening. Ever see a remake? How was the remake? Was it okay? And then I know some remake. I'll make it out turn here. You see that? Yeah, the guy made the turn, and some guy whacked the hook there because he didn't respect their space. A lot of security in the city, guys. A lot of security. All right, we're heading south on 5th Avenue. Now, something to remember as you're walking around the city. 5th Avenue separates Manhattan from the east side to the west side. As you're down 5th Avenue, and then left to the east side, the west side. You come back the other way, of course. It's reversed. But you knew that. As you continue south, you cross on 32nd Street, next traffic light. As you cross 32nd Street, look to your right, and you see many Korean signs. This is what we call Little Korea to our right, on 32nd Street. Everybody speaks English, they take all major credit cards, and we're happy to see it.
Chinatown?
Out the window, directly ahead of us, you see a tree. I was like, right-hand side, there's trees and landmarks. That tree's in front of a church called the Bible Collegiate Church, like in 1854. And on March 16th of last year, Liza Minnelli got married in the Bible Collegiate Church. Now, of course, myself and Mr. Dela Cruz were invited to the wedding. It was Saturday at the work. But we did our SVP, and Dela Cruz had a lovely toast to Ice the Blender, which incidentally we want back because we're getting a divorce. I bet they didn't even use the toaster yet, right? It was like 13-month wedding, 13-month marriage. Unbelievable. Here's right here, the Marble Collegiate Church. Also, back in 1999, Donald Trump's father had his funeral service in this church. Donald Trump's father, funeral service. Fred Trump. Fred Trump was 93 years old when he died. 93 years old. Up to 2 weeks before he died, he still went to work. That's what Donald Trump got his start from his father. Directly ahead of us is a building you've seen a million times in pictures, right, folks? It's a flat iron building. Now, why is it called a flat iron building? Was order. And you can stand up, yeah. Good. The best iron building is the Tarantella, we don't care. It's a tiny bit. Yeah, there's an iron, right? The iron didn't close it. It was 1902. It's an office building, nobody lives there. You folks saw the movie Spider-Man? Yeah, the flat iron building was a Daily Bugle with the old computers. Yeah. It was also featured in Godzilla with Matthew Broderick. It gets destroyed in that movie too. Well, it didn't get destroyed in Spider-Man. Now, directly ahead of us, you see some more trees there. And those trees are in front of a park called Madison Square Park. What do you think was behind Madison Square Park at one time? Madison Square Garden. Look out, you guys are sharp. Yeah, Madison Square Garden, number 1, and number 2 are located right behind the park. And that's how Madison Square Garden got its name. We didn't just make it up. The building behind the park with the clock
We walked through here before.
Life. Yeah, did you ever wonder how it got its name? Yes, you did. Look behind us. See the monument there? The tall monument? There, behind us? The guy buried in that monument was William Jefferson's work. There was a big general in the Mexican War. And in Fort Worth, Texas, that's the guy buried right there. He was in New York. Now, they don't teach that in Texas schools. No, they don't. The Texas kids are the young.
This is by where we stayed last time. Because we stayed right next to that building with the gold on the top.
You had to hear from me. I'm very sorry about that. We're going to stop coming up 23rd Street and 5th Avenue, stop at Chelsea and the Flatiron Building. I'm going to go at this next stop. Chelsea, Flatiron Building. Everyone else is getting up? Okay. Now, just so you know also, if you folks like flea markets, every Saturday and Sunday on 6th Avenue and 25th Street, 1 block to our right and 2 blocks up, is a flea market. Every Saturday and Sunday on 6th Avenue and 21st Street. Go and sell fleas, they sell like really stupid kind of stuff. He's not stopping. Who's getting up to the booth? Can I join us?
That's all right.
All right, we just crossed 23rd Street.
Can't believe it's
and
empty,
we are
huh?
now in two historical districts. We're
not
to our
empty.
right is where Chelsea. Now it's not
Because it's an
named
office
after
building,
Mr.
honey.
Clinton's daughter Chelsea. No, it's not. It's named after that area was built Chelsea. This person, for $1 we get a breakfast. 50 cents for a cup of coffee, 50 cents another burger. That's breakfast, right? Now it's not Starbucks, but then again it's not like $7 either. The coffee, there's no vendor here, but like, in other hotels with the coffee vendors. Yeah, there's not one
Look in
here.
there, everybody
They're all
working
over
out.
Midtown. Can you see the guys with the coffee, some coffee and donuts and things? Oh, they're there, believe me. They're there. They're all over the place. Look at our right-hand turn now. The most important vendors work this work in the morning. Right now we're on west on, can you join us? I know upstairs good enough.
Wave at the people working out.
It's the Brooklyn. Go into the subway and you buy your $4 Metro card and go on your way. Or you can buy a fun pass. We have two kinds of fun passes. We have a $7 fun pass, which is good for unlimited use, bus train, 24 hours. And if you have a particular day where you're bouncing around the city, going here, there, and everywhere, I would suggest buying a $7 pass. By doing that, you save a lot of money relative to the taxi cabs. Our taxi cabs are very good, but usually the subway's even better. Now, if you're going to be here 4 days or longer, then I would suggest you buy a $21 fun pass. Again, so unlimited use bus train, 24 hours and 7 days, gives you $21. Now, New York City buses are good too. Public buses, there's a bus right ahead of us. Except during rush hour, they're terrible. As in most big cities. Have any of you folks upstairs here been in a New York City bus? Anybody downstairs, New York City bus? Any silly people downstairs? Yeah, sure. Yeah, and the bus will be too, except during rush hour, as I said. The bus will cost you $2, and you can use your Metro card or your front pass to pay on the bus. If you're going to pay on the bus, you must give the driver exact change. Be careful. In New York City, exact change is not $2 $1 bills. No, it's not. It's 8 quarters, 4 quarters and 10 dimes, any combination of nickels, dimes, and quarters, and pennies. If you give the driver $2 $1 bills, and how much on the bus? That's clearly met you on the bus. And then I thought, I don't know, come from California. When you speak, when you tell somebody, nothing to you. All points, folks, all points. No pennies. Next block on our right is St. Vincent's Hospital, the white building. And St. Vincent's is also 2 blocks up on our left. See a blue banner there. St. Vincent's Hospital opened in 1846. It's one of the oldest Catholic hospitals in the United States. Also, St. Vincent's Hospital is the nearest trauma center to the World Trade Center. This point right here on 2.5 miles from the World Trade Center. And so obviously it's quite a figure. They were very busy on September 11th. Now when we get past the hospital, we're going to see on the left-hand side a chain link fence. 2 blocks up left-hand side. And it's what we call Titles for America. And a little further on the left, past the hospital, these tires you're going to see here in a moment were placed by New Yorkers and tourists alike. The message is that God bless America. We stand. Now, folks, let me tell you, there's always room for another tile. Always room. Tiles for America. All right. On a lighter note, we are now in Greenwich Village. Greenwich Village is one of the largest historical districts in the state. It's got a large local population here. Most of those homes are in Greenwich Village on the area to our right. And they date from 1825 to 1850. There's also GS clubs in the village, outdoor restaurants, small theaters, and we're going to stop in Greenwich Village. And we're going to next stop, Greenwich Village. Greenwich Village. I have time. What's your name? Most of New York has been seen while you've been wearing uniforms. Now I'm going to show you somebody from Queens looks like without the uniform on. Jody, could you stand up, please? Stand up, Jody. Come on, Jody. Well, New Yorkers are very shy. Okay. That's what people from Queens look like. But they're not as good looking as Jody. Luckily, my students still not buy them. Alright, if you look here on the left-hand side of us, see a Brown Street sign, white lettering? That says 7th Avenue South. When you walk around the city, see a Brown Street sign, white lettering, it means you're in a historical district. You're right on Greenwich Village. Here on our left is Jekyll and Hyde, the themed restaurant. Looks like Crown Hollywood, but inside. And on our right is Actors Playhouse, small theater. The show playing here at the Actors Playhouse is Naked Boys Singing. There are 8 of them. They're not boys, they're men. The only thing they wear is a smile. Now, public movie TV, let's see that show. At my age, I'm 57 now, and I no longer want to see myself in naked women and guys. On weekends, our bachelorette parties there. And the girls, when the girls getting married, see naked boys singing, this way she don't expect on her honeymoon. Sometimes that backfires. Alright, is anybody got to this next stop, Greenwich Village? On upstairs, anybody says gear for Greenwich Village? Get about 2 or 3 minutes to think about it. Now, there's somebody in a bus from the United Kingdom, UK. The folks you know Winston Churchill, Winnie, one of the big wealthy folks, you sacked them a year later with him? Well, at this stop here for Greenwich Village was Winston Churchill Square. Winston Churchill's mother was an American, her name was Jenny Jerome. Take a wild guess of where Jenny was born. Can't fool me, guys, right here in New York. Yeah, her mother. I say historical, hysterical. Yeah, hysterical. How do you say that? Historical. What's historical? This is from the United States. There's also many Italian signs here. I just said, I've noticed that because at one time the village was predominantly Italian American. Now it's pretty much everything. And in this part of the village here, you had these coffee shops. And in 1960, Bob killing those guys smoking 20 cigarettes. Now, if any of you folks are fans of the Mamas and the Papas singing group, next block on our right is our show, Dream a Little Dream. And it features all songs from Mamas and Papas. It's North Broadway Theater, and you get tickets for Dream a Little Dream at TKTS. I like the Mamas and Papas. And we'll see it next block on our right. Up on our right. And there it is, right over here. Good little dream. This is about the Mamas and Papas. Now we're making a right-hand turn on LaGuardia Place. It's next traffic light. And your whole life you always wonder how LaGuardia Airport got its name, right? You thought about that many a night? You don't sleep over that? Well, LaGuardia Airport's named after Theodore LaGuardia. He was mayor of New York City in 1933-1945. Mr. LaGuardia was the first Italian-American mayor of New York City. Chef Jewish at the time, or we teach all the time. And Mr. LaGuardia was born in the village. That's right. Mr. LaGuardia was born in the village. Now, for our friends from Texas, right ahead of us, that next intersection, that street is Houston Street, not Houston Street. Right? Sam Houston was governor of Texas and also governor of Tennessee. He is the only American governor of 2 separate states. William Houston was from the state of Georgia. And he moved up here on a lot of land, they named Houston Street after him. There was a Houston Street, or there was Houston, Texas. Now, one more thing about William Houston. He was also one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence.
What the hell was that?
Alright, we are now south of Houston. If we are south of Houston Road, Soho, everybody gets a lollipop. Soho, yeah. You folks, Soho has nothing to do with London. Yeah, folks UK, do apologize. It means south of Houston, nothing to do with London. Now we call this area the Soho Cast Iron Historic District. And with the words cast iron, because there are many buildings down there with cast iron columns on the buildings, and those columns are there as just part of the facade. That have nothing to do with the structure of the building.
Huh?
And they're vital there. From this very lovely cap, t-shirt, pants, yeah. Next contract we're going for the socks, shoes, and underwear. I want that gold line underwear. Also in Soho you'll find the Fireman's Museum. Fireman's Museum is 5 blocks to our right on Spring Street, 278 Spring Street. It's open 6 days a week, closed on Mondays, which is $5. Now we also have a police museum. And the police museum is located near Battery Park. Open 6 days a week, also closed on Mondays. And we have a stop coming up. We got 4 or 5 minutes. And we go with this next stop, Soho. Everyone else says go to Soho? We have time to think about it. You guys some movie Ghost? Who's a movie Ghost? That was from here in Soho. How about First Wives Club? The one King at the Art Gallery? That was down here. How about the American TV show My Two Dads with Bill Reiser and one of the dads that off to Soho? Remember that? That's okay, it wasn't filmed there anyway. Southern California. Where do you folks come to New York City just to see the Central Park Cafe and Friends? You did? It's in California. There's no Central Park Cafe. Who watches NYPD Blue? It's not filmed here. Nope. They come here for 2 weeks and we're all about those scenes. I'll tell you about this just a minute. Yeah, they come here about 3 weeks and we're at those scenes back to California. Now the young lady mentioned Jerry Seinfeld's restaurant. That's a real place. Yes, that's 112th Street in Broadway. That's a real place. But the uptown. There's a second Tennessee Mountain Wood restaurant in Times Square on 45th Street. Now you'll notice as we cross the intersection here that the side streets are all cobblestone. Now at one time, all of New York City was cobblestone, as you see on the side streets. And the other parts they just paved it over. I was at the back of a quickly couple of horses. You know, while we're here, stop this light, let me tell you what is filmed here in New York. Law and Order's filmed here. The Third Watch is filmed here. Sopranos, Ed, and Sex and the City. It's the last year for Sex and the City, guys. No more sex after this. I'll get killed, tell you. Now, when you see them filming a lot, Sex and the City, you see a lot. Also, see Law and Order filming a lot. Like I said, as far as NYPD Blue, they're only a few weeks a year. And I'm right here right now. NYPD Blue is there. Look another your office.
There's someone gardening
Now,
up
if
there.
you haven't tried that Just Right souvenir for your friends, next block on the right-hand side of us is a store called Evolution. To the right. And you might want to bring back your friends a nice skeleton. Now the whole skeleton costs $350. Now, you might say that's too much money, I'll just buy the skull. The skull is $100, make a very nice paperweight. Or perhaps you may want to buy a nice zebra skin for $1,700. Or maybe a bear skeleton for $1,250. Still too much money? How about a t-shirt for $10? It's Evolution, all right. $350 for a plastic skeleton, you're crazy. It goes on home homes, there's a plastic ones. Evolution. Then our wrestling got cast iron building. Now Soho at one time was mainly factories and warehouses. Any of us from Manhattan? It's them, it's those Manhattanites. We're here every 10-15 minutes, last bus stop, 5:45. You're right at the spot there. Now most of the traffic to our right is going to New Jersey through the Holland Tunnel. And much of the traffic to our left is going to Brooklyn over Manhattan Bridge. Just so you know also, folks, we're going to have Nitro tonight. The Nitro goes over Manhattan Bridge. And the first Nitro again is 6 o'clock from Times Square, also 6 o'clock from 47th Street and 50. We're running every 15 minutes till 9:30. Look at Canal Street, that guy's name, in fact, there was once a canal going along Canal Street. Alright. Here's our stop coming up. Chinatown, I'll be with you.
Yeah, I think it's DVDs in that
We'll
box.
first come to the big stop. Also, behind us, that's the municipal building. It's right in distance. The gold statue here is called Civic Pride. Now we're going right across the World Trade Center site. I want you to fix your camera, please no standing. Also, I'm going to show you the best viewing point to see the World Trade Center. The best viewing point is the Winter Garden. Alright, the Winter Garden is right across from the site itself. When you go to the Winter Garden, you can see down and around. It's a very simple way to walk too. Also, if you go into the Winter Garden, you're going to see the model for the new World Trade Center, which is on my Daniel Lucas kit. So I'm going to show you that building just a little bit. But here on our right, first of all, this is St. Paul's Chapel, and St. Paul's Chapel is used as the best area for weapons. We're working on 20,000 a day up until my 30th of last year. Now we're coming into this next intersection. You look to your right, and you see a barn building. The barn building right inside, on the other side of the site, is the Winter Garden. It's very simple to walk here, and again, you get the best view of the whole site. The World Trade Center was 7 buildings, not just 2. And what you're going to see also, as you look around, the construction that's going on the site itself is a subway station within the building subway station. That's what that is. Also, you're going to see a building being built right adjacent to the World Trade Center. The building you'll see being built is a brand new number 7. The old number 7 is 47 floors high, it was 52 floors high. See, 6 of the buildings were on the site, and the 7 stood just adjacent to it. Now we're from Liberty Street here, and what you're going to do is you look back at Broadway, make a turn on Liberty Street, go over the highway, 5 cars towards the Winter Garden. 45 New Jersey owned the World Trade Center. And 60th Kirby attack, a man named Barry Silverstein, used to be 1990, and now goes Mr. Silverstein. A lifetime was over, isn't it? The building you see on our right with the curtain is Deutsche Bank. And Deutsche Bank is coming down. Yep. There also is a stain that you lose not damage. On Liberty Street stood right opposite Tower 1 and Tower 2. There's only one building, one business still open on Liberty Street, and it's the Burger King. And they're open by 2 minutes ago. On our right from that is Trinity Church of 1846. Folks, the next stop is Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, and Brooklyn Court. Now, to our left coming up is Wall Street. This is Wall Street to our left. And the Stock Exchange located at the corner of Wall and Broad. Stock Exchange is the second building on the right. This is Stock Exchange. And you can visit the Stock Exchange, just look around the building, but there are no tours, no tours since September 11th. Now, our next stop is Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, and also, if you want to get back to World Trade Center, you can. So, also go to Wall Street. Now, if you just want to see the statue, rather than visit it, at this next stop, you can catch the Staten Island Ferry. Staten Island Ferry is a free ferry ride, you need tickets, goes right past Statue of Liberty, and some very nice pictures. Also, this next stop. Now, if you have tickets already for the boat, make a right-hand turn, look right to the car, you go on the boat. If you need tickets, your tickets are on the curb. $11. I always put your left-hand side. Yeah, no, they do not let you up in the statue. Yeah, you cannot go into the statue, you can only go onto the island. And it's going to go to September 11th. There's no one up into the statue. Now again, our last bus is going to be about 6:15, in 10-15 minutes. This is Bowling Green Park on our left. It's the oldest park in the city. The building right ahead of us is the old customs house. Tell me. Last booking time is 3 o'clock. One booking to left.
Oh, yeah.
You have tickets, we'll right to the park to the right, and your tickets are on the curb. Staten Island Ferry is directly ahead of us. That's the free ferry ride, directly ahead of us. Just go on the boat. We'll stop the Brooklyn tour. Statue of Liberty, World Trade Center, Staten Island Ferry. Here we go. England with guns and jeeps and tanks, the big World War II effort. And then, before they left, they filled the Liberty ships up with rubber from the Blitz, you know, so it was ballast to hold the ship down. Because anti-ship North Atlantic got caught in a bathtub. You folks in the UK, you go in this house, we're under any of these buildings. Feel the calmer? Here on our right is the New York City Vietnam Memorial. See the green wall there on our right? And on that wall are letters written by many women from New York City who died in Vietnam. Our big wall crossed in Washington, D.C. Now we're crossing this next intersection, and as you go to your right, you'll see the New York City Police Museum. The building where the police museum is in, that was once a police station house. It's open 6 days a week, closed on Mondays, and it goes for $5. Now we also have a Fireman's Museum. The Fireman's Museum is located in Soho, 278 Spring Street. Also open 6 days a week, closed on Mondays, goes for $5. Now we're making a right-hand turn at this next traffic light, and to our left will be Wall Street. Now we saw Wall Street on the way downtown years ago, and Wall Street gets its name from the Dutch. The Dutch put the wall around Wall Street to protect the colony against the Native Americans and the English. Now, unfortunately for the Dutch, the English came by sea and the war didn't do any good. Now, the stock exchange is located on the corner of Wall and Broad. It is open for business or closed for tours. It's been closed since September 11th. So, two things stay closed since September 11th. Stock exchange for tours and the Statue of Liberty, as far as going up to the statue. Everything else is back to normal. Or if you want to put New York City normal. And there's Wall Street, I don't know. And our next step will be the South Street Seaport. It's an area of restaurants and shops. Also, South Street Seaport Museum is there, so there's also a TKTS at South Street Seaport. Directly ahead of us is the East River. And the highway you see there is FDR Drive, the Franklin Delaware Drive. And the buildings you see there on this side of East River are in Brooklyn. Now, we're going to stop coming out for South Street Seaport. And we got this next stop, South Street Seaport. Am I getting off? Downstairs? All right. Now, Brooklyn is ahead of us, and Brooklyn is our largest county in population. 2.5 million people live in Brooklyn. Our largest county area is the county of Queens. And Brooklyn and Queens share an island called Long Island. There are two other counties on Long Island. They are Nassau County and Suffolk County. Nassau County and Suffolk County are part of New York State, not part of New York City. Now again, next up we'll do the seaport. And the South Street Seaport is very much like Quincy Market in Boston, Inner Harbor in Baltimore, but nowhere near as big. It's very, very small. And we'll be seeing in just a moment. Again, if anybody upstairs can look, it's next stop, South Street Seaport. Okay, you know what says New York? New York? Yeah. The Brooklyn Tour also stops here. The Brooklyn Tour also stops at the seaport. Yeah. The Brooklyn Tour starts right at that here. Okay. They should do that at 5 PS3. I think it'll work. There's the weather tree. Flying this vessel, taking French on the vessel. There's Pier 17. There's the bus up to shops. And there's John Street to our left. Now, on John Street to your left, you'll see the TKTS, just like the one in Times Square. It's a great building, it's TKTS. And there's South Street Seaport Museum. Alright, get moving off. This is the last chance to get the tour. Secret. So you want to buy maybe 2 cases of flounder coming to about midnight. And curve on our right, there's the Brooklyn Bridge. It's opened in 1883. The second bridge you see in the distance is the Manhattan Bridge, which opened in 1909. And the third bridge, all the distance, the third bridge in the distance is the Williamsburg Bridge, which opened in 1903. So there are 3 bridges connecting Brooklyn and Manhattan. Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, and Williamsburg Bridge. And the way to remember the 3 bridges just remember B and W. Like the car, like the kitchen, like the house, right? Now, when you put speakers on lights in the street, you know what's right? Once you over the hand bridge, and you to your right, so right comes in, and so you're going to let's go to the let's slow down 3 minutes, come to the earnest, right to the now, Brooklyn is our largest county population. Now, if Brooklyn were a city, all by itself, it would be the 4th largest city in the United States in population. The largest city in the United States in population is New York City, 30 million River. Then comes Los Angeles, then comes Chicago, then comes Houston, Texas. However, more people live in Brooklyn than live in Houston, Texas. Now, at one time, Brooklyn was a city all by itself. As was Manhattan, as was Queens, as was the Bronx, as was Staten Island. In 1898, it became one large city here in New York. Now the word Brooklyn, the name Brooklyn is a Dutch word. It means broken land. And the actual real name of Brooklyn is Kings County, named King Charles of England. Queens County is New Brooklyn's right capital. Brooklyn is also known as the borough of churches. And at one time, all the 12 buildings in Brooklyn were churches. Now, Brooklyn are museums. The Brooklyn Museum is there. The Brooklyn Museum has one of the largest Egyptian artifacts outside of Cairo. Also, there's a zoo in Brooklyn. Every county in New York City has a zoo. And the zoo in Brooklyn is a classic zoo. There's an aquarium in Brooklyn. Brooklyn has its own baseball team, Brooklyn Cyclones. And I guess as you know by now, tree grows in Brooklyn. Always at the setup. You look at the movie or get the movie. Was it done already? It's done already? Unbelievable. I'm always a day late without this show. Now, here on our left is a large mountain rock salt. Now, rock salt is used to melt snow and ice. On pressing rock salt, it's used to be around the city, and when snow is a truck stop, they put the rock salt on the snow. On the projects, BJ's, low-income housing. Every county in New York City has low-income housing, and we have very good low-income housing. And the rent is based on what you earn. A family of 4 earning about $25,000 a year, the rent in low-income housing, the 2 bedrooms, is about $600 a month, which of course is very good for New York City. We're back in Chinatown. On the way downtown, Chinatown was very small, didn't it? Well, folks, Chinatown is not small, it's very big. It goes from Madison Street behind us, up to Delancey Street ahead of us, and to the right, all the way to the river. We have 3 Chinatowns in New York City. One in Manhattan, one in Brooklyn, one in Manhattan, one in Brooklyn, one in Queens. And the largest Chinatown is right here in Manhattan. About 300,000 Chinese Americans live here in this Chinatown. Most of the Chinese Americans here are from Hong Kong and the mainland. To the left-hand side of us is the Hong Kong supermarket. There's about 100,000 Chinese Americans living in Brooklyn, and about the same live in Queens. Those folks are mainly from Taiwan. Have you seen any gas stations yet? Right across the street, left-hand side of us, there's the gas station. Now we have more than one gas station. But there are no gas stations in Midtown Manhattan. That's why it's so expensive. After the gas station in Times Square, we had to pay the same price of gas as those folks outside the United States do. Americans, including myself, are the biggest babies of the price of gas.
$1.97.
The price will $12 a gallon. This guy. There's an ambulance coming up. Now let me stop coming up. Chinatown, we're at the Lower East Side. There's this guy, right up behind it. Let me get this picture. Oh, yeah, there we go. These chestnuts got up there. side coming up Chinatown, we're on the Lower East Side. And then that's next stop. Chinatown, we're on the Lower East Side. I'm running every 10-15 minutes. Last bus about 6:30. I have everything over. Now, Little Italy will be to your left. Okay, but if you want Little Italy. And the main street in Little Italy is Mulberry Street. That's what you want. And the Chinatown, just, you're in Chinatown. The main part of Chinatown, just going up to your left. And when you get to Little Italy, Mulberry Street, don't sneeze or don't blink, you're going to miss it. As the name implies, it's very, very small. Alright, you got building up. That's my first complete stop here. Chinatown and Little Italy. We're going to go Chinatown, Little Italy. That's because in that culture, bread means good for Bristol, and yellow is the Bristol. At one time, only the emperor could wear yellow and use yellow. Now there's no emperor, and China speaks all over the world in Bristol. They sure have. Any of you folks in the movie Crossing Delancey with Amy Irving? And listen to the movie Crossing, you did? What's going to happen in a moment? We're going to cross Delancey. It's a long story, a happy ending. As we cross Delancey, look to your right, and we'll see the Williamsburg Bridge. Open Mansion House Bridge. And then we'll do bridges. Look at that Williamsburg BMW. Now before the Chinese lived here, that's when we lived in the Eastern European countries. And before that, the Germans and the Irish lived here. Now, you folks are the movie Gangs of New York. The 5 points are about 3 footblocks to our left. A very famous Irish-American cowboy was born in the Lower East Side. A man named William Bonney. Who's William Bonney? Billy the Kid, you got it. Billy the Kid was a New Yorker. Yeah, where did he use a gun? Right in Manhattan. Billy the Kid was killed in Lincoln County, New Mexico, in the Lincoln County Wars. There was a battle from the farmers and ranchers. And now, if you guys are interested in the Lower East Side and you have a good experience, there's a museum down here called the Tenement Museum. It is 1 block to our right at 90 Orchard Street. It's also a very good book about the immigrants called How the Other Half Lives. Written by Jacob Reese. He was a police photographer. A lot of pictures, right there. Now, I would imagine a lot of you folks in the room in Harry Met Sally, in the restaurant scene. Well, that was filmed in Katz's Deli. Now, we're going to see Katz's Deli from across Houston Street. It's right ahead of us. It'll be to our right, with the intersection, with your right. It's a white sign with red lettering. And if you remember in the movie when Harry Met Sally, Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan were in the restaurant, right? There was another woman seated nearby. And all of a sudden Meg Ryan starts getting very sexy. When the waiter comes from the woman seated nearby to take her order, she points Meg Ryan and says, "I'll have exactly what she's having." Who was the woman seated nearby? Who said Jean? Oh, Rod Reiner's mother. Rod Reiner's correct his mother. Yeah. Rod Reiner's mother. Yeah. Very good. Get a lollipop for that. The Katz's Deli opened 1888. Just a very strong restaurant. They're the best restaurant in the world, actually. Very good restaurant. And we'll be coming into the intersection. Just a moment. Crossing Houston Street, not Houston Street. That's at Houston. Don't forget that. We're Texans. There we go. And we're crossing Houston Street. And there's Katz's Deli to our right. With that funny signal square. KTGS. In Harry Met Sally. Now we just left the Lower East Side. We're now in the East Village. We called Greenwich Village, the West Village. This here is called the East Village. Now, it's nowhere nearly as charming as Greenwich Village, but let's go to the East Village. That's okay by me. Dela Cruz, that's okay by him too. Alright, now what's down here? We have tattoo parlors. We have body piercing shops. If you came to New York City, you got your tongue pierced, nose pierced, pinky pierced, elbow pierced before they stop. How these young people have all these body parts pierced, I have no idea. I'm not sure they're going to need it. And we're going to stop in East Village. Let me go to this next stop, East Village. No one wants to have their elbow pierced? No. There's also small theaters in East Village. The show Stop is fun here at the Offering Theater at East District. Stop is one of those shows that is always with typical. Alright, so if no one's getting off, then see if you join us at the East Village Stop. East Village Stop. Any downstairs getting off? What's any body parts, Chris? No, I don't blame you. Nobody. No? I got nobody. Want to get a tattoo? You too have a tattoo. What tattoo? Yeah, they do tattoos with needles. Also, there's another good pastrami restaurant down here called the Second Urban Deli. It's on East 10th Street. You guys saw the movie Coyote Ugly? Next block on our left, middle of the block, right in that tree, it's a Coyote Ugly Saloon. And it's got a red sign with gray writing on it. It's open now. Seems to be dancing on the bar. On our right, this was a former public school, red building, dated about 1890. That's what public schools look like. I guess some odd years ago. Little red schoolhouse, right? Big red schoolhouse. And come up on our left is a Coyote Ugly Saloon, right by the tree. It's got a red sign with gray writing left hand side. It is right there. They're open. And we're dancing on the bar. On our right is Lonza's Italian Restaurant, good Italian restaurant. If you guys want to recommend that picture, put the Lonza's. Now the area to our right is called Alphabet City. Because our address is A, B, C, and D, and it's Alphabet City. Alphabet City is predominantly Eastern European. I recommend most of those folks are English people. Now we're crossing 14th Street here in a moment. 14th Street, as I said, when we're downtown, is the widest point in Manhattan. This point right here in Manhattan is 200 miles wide, river to river, or 4 kilometers wide, river to river. And Manhattan is 13 miles long, 20 kilometers long. Now, on the right-hand side, coming up, is large green buildings here on other projects. No, not PJ's. This is Peter Stuyvesant Village. About 25,000 people live here to our right. This community was built about 1943 by Metropolitan Life Company, the insurance company. In 1943, in order to live in Peter Stuyvesant Village, you had to be a married couple. That's right. 2 ladies together couldn't live there, 2 men together couldn't live there. A man by himself could not live there, look at a lady by herself could not live there. Stayed away by 1951, and the city finds difference and enough is enough. Now they advertise, look at it, the advertisement says, luxury rentals. That's not true. They're very nice rentals. 2-bedroom apartment in Peter Stuyvesant Village is $2,700 a month. 1 bedroom is $2,150. Rents are crazy in New York City, absolutely crazy. Particularly in Manhattan. What's going on? Are they in a hurry? I guess so. Now that's what we look like to them. It's a good thing looking. A little more character also. Now coming to 23rd Street, at the 23rd Street, 34th Street ahead of us, this area is known as Hospital Row of Bedpan Alley. It's called Hospital Row of Bedpan Alley because from 23rd Street to 34th Street, there's all kinds of medical institutions. On the right-hand side of this is a Veterans Hospital. We have 5 Veterans Hospitals in New York City. Every county is a VA hospital. Of course, there are many more throughout the United States. Most of the Veterans Hospitals were built during World War II. And many of the veterans of World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, many men never at the hospital. No, they came home, no arms, no legs, totally blind, didn't continuous care. So many veterans never left the hospital. Look out the window ahead of us, you see NYU Dental School, the Kaiser Dental Center. It's a dental school. And my dentist is like a Michael Glass graduate from NYU. He's a very good dentist. And he had to keep it on my mouth. I got this guy right over here. You want to see him? Up to the lowest. Now, okay. Are those all yours? They're lovely. Very nice. Mine look good too, but I'm on. I got store-boughts. And here's what my dental school. Next block on our right is Hunter College Nursing School. Right? And next block on our left, the red building, is NYU Medical School. And then you'll notice the little red schoolhouse. In America, for some reason, schools usually go always red. Always red. The red schoolhouse. Montez Medical School. On our right is large new buildings of Bellevue Hospital. Now, Bellevue Hospital is probably the most famous, oldest, and largest public hospital in the United States. Opened by 1731. It is very famous for a psychiatric center. Remember the movie Miracle on 34th Street? It was Santa Claus to Bellevue. Now, we do know that was really Santa Claus. Yes. Santa Claus made one movie and then retired. He felt like being typecast. I couldn't say that. Also, Bellevue Hospital was the first hospital to have a woman intern. The first hospital to use hypodermic needles. First hospital to have ambulance service. And the first hospital to perform a cesarean section. It was 1897. I thought it would be like a 20th century thing. It was 19th century thing, 1897. Next block on our right, the gray building on our right, is a city mall on that side. Now that's where they've been doing all the DNA testing for the body parts down in the World Trade Center. They found about 20,000 body parts. They identified about 1,460 people, and from the DNA testing, they only found about 250 actual live, complete bodies. Every few days, there's another name or two comes up to the list, but it's becoming fewer and fewer because the DNA is just so tiny, that's what's left. Awful. And continue north to First Avenue. Next block on our right is NYU Medical Center. It's a teaching hospital attached to NYU Medical School. In the United States, as elsewhere, whenever you have a medical school, there's almost always a teaching hospital attached to it. And this teaching hospital is attached to NYU Medical School, so a few blocks south of us. In New York City, we have 185 private hospitals and 11 public hospitals. At one time, we had 16 public hospitals and 250 private hospitals. For the last 35 or 40 years, many of those hospitals are either merged or become nursing homes. In New York City, hospitals don't close. As I swear, they're either merged with another hospital or a nursing home. Now, crossing 34th Street, you look to the right, you see the East River again. And now the buildings you see there on this side of the East River are in Queens County, the large city of New York. I take 2 subways to work. You got hours from there to enjoy. Moving on, I always have 2 sitting hours at the club. Queens County is much different than Manhattan. It's much different. Most of those in Queens are relatively low. They're newer than Manhattan. This next stop will be our stop in the United Nations. United Nations originally working in San Francisco. Later was very successful on Ireland, and in 1951 they moved to a present location. The UN is open 7 days a week for tours. The last tour is at 4:45 p.m. and a tour costs $11. The tours are many different languages, including English, Canadian, Irish, Scottish, Australian, and New Zealand. All in dialect languages. And then we have this next stop, United Nations. Anyone for the UN? Anyone else says go for the UN? Okay, here's the UN right out of us. The tall building is the Secretariat. That's the main office building in the UN. This building is a library. The dark hammer shows library. Now we'll be crossing 42nd Street in a moment. Look to your left, you see the Chrysler Building, opened 1930. It's 1,050 feet tall, 250 meters tall, 80 floor side. Next one, movie Spider-Man. Movie Spider-Man's on top of the Chrysler Building, sitting on what looks like gargoyles. They're not gargoyles, they're hood ornaments. That's the Chrysler Building. It's on 42nd legs. All right, let me get off this next stop, the United Nations. Anything that says get off? Okay. Nobody's getting off Tel Cruz. There's 191 member nations. The last 2 countries to join joined last year. One was Switzerland, and the other one was East Timor, Indonesia. 2 generals assembly building on our left here. Now the flag's not flying, but the general assembly's not in session. I got nobody getting off. building directly ahead of us, tall building, that's another trunk building. That's Trunk Well Tower. All condominiums. And Derek Jeter lives in that building. Of course, Derek Jeter, New York Yankees shortstop, and he's very cute. He put Mariah Carey's off. Sophia Loren lives in Trunk Well Tower. She's an Italian actress. Bill Gates is a condominium there. Okay. And you notice Donald Trump's name is on the building. Donald Trump's name is on all these buildings. Yep. This everybody knows who owns the building. It's Donald's building. Now we'll swing right around. The brown building ahead of us with the brown building right ahead of us is a Beacon Tower Hotel. Now it's not just a hotel, it's also an apartment house, and Rex Harrison lived there at one time, that English actor. Also, Johnny Carson's two ex-wives lived there at one time. Both blondes, both in drama. Something we're going to say floor. Alright, gibt es Deutsche im Bus? Any Germans on the bus? Ja? Auf der linken Seite an der Ecke steht der Deutsche Konsulat. Oh, I said that German. Right there side in the corner is the German consulate right there. See, in New York we talk all these different languages. My best language is English, so I talk to the best. You see, I be like talk, you know? I'm a good talker. Alright, we're making a left-hand turn here in just a moment. And this area here is called Turtle Bay. It's called Turtle Bay because at one time there were many turtles in the street. You know, it's Turtle Bay. And we're going to stop coming up. Next stop is 49th Street in Lexington Avenue. In the meantime, folks, watch out for these trees, guys. The trees are really low the rest of the way. Now, this next stop, 49th and Lex, will be our stop. Lexington will be our stop for the local Astoria Hotel, the Marriott East, the Intercontinental, the Metropolitan, the Roger Williams. It'll also be our stop for Grand Central Terminal. Now, Grand Central Terminal is located on 42nd Street and Park Avenue, and as the name implies, it is Grand, the Williams. It's a commuter train station. Any folks in the Grand Central Terminal? Ever been in? You get a chance, visit Grand Central Terminal, it's really great. Yeah. Our main train station, of course, is Penn Station. I'd like to tell you. This is Third Avenue, and Third Avenue, I went on a train on right down 1955. I'll stop in a moment. Now, folks, again, remember, the service industry, advertise a kid in a restaurant, and tipping is customary. So we had a nice time. They show you a nice time, but you just stick in the box downstairs. And we did not have a nice time on the very side, but I think I'm out of that box. Everyone's really well in there right now, so. Alright, let's travel these trees now. Alright, let's go cruise that first thing off. Our stop is on the other side of the traffic light. On that side. Come to our stop here. This will be Rockefeller Center, Rock Center. Alright, we're going to... The Waldorf Astoria is not just a hotel, it's also an apartment house. And Henry Kissinger was here. Also, 1946, Winston Churchill stayed here. Also, Edward VIII stayed here. Edward VIII, of course, was the king of England who abdicated his throne, married Wallace Simpson. Last week I was kind of tired, it was a little glass, it was Henry VIII stayed here. Anyway, I'm going to fucking miss what Henry VIII stayed here. Also, Princess Grace from Monaco and Prince Rainier had their big engagement party at the Waldorf. And every president from Hoover to Clinton stayed at the Waldorf. Mr. Bush doesn't stay here. I have no idea why he doesn't. Those are good stories at the Sheraton, they tell me that. Maybe we get a couple of discount there, I don't know. Alright, next one is Rockefeller Center. Now listen carefully. Rockefeller Center is only 3 blocks from Times Square. So if anybody's in a hurry to Times Square, walk the bus, walk 3 blocks. Also, if anybody's in a hurry for the Empire State Building and or Macy's, our next stop is about 10-12 minute walk to the Empire State Building and Macy's. Folks who want the Empire State Building, folks downstairs, you gotta walk or you can stay right with us and then transfer to a downtown bus and then next stop. You have the option to go to the next stop and walk. Folks who want the uptown tour, you stay right with us and we'll stretch it right at the last stop. Now we're crossing Park Avenue here in a moment. As you cross Park Avenue, you look to the left and you'll see the MetLife building and the Homes again. The MetLife building was a former P&M building. And the Homes building is from the New York Central building. Notice it again now. Any of those in the road from Times Square, so the 3-block walk, Rockefeller Center in Times Square. Any of those in the road for Macy's, and the Empire State Building, and it's walk the bus, next stop walk. 10-minute walk, 10-minute walk down 6th Avenue for Macy's, and then 10-minute walk down to the Empire State Building. On the right-hand side, coming up is Saks Fifth Avenue. We've got Columbus, and occasionally when the rider comes here, occasionally a few things. When the rider comes here, the shop is there. The Beverly Hills out here. You know, was arrested also about 6 months ago? Rosario, the maid in Will and Grace, was also arrested in the shop right there. Where are these people? And this was a Brit, I remember. Next up is Rockefeller Center, and Rock Center is right ahead of us. There are 19 buildings, so the whole place is nobody lives there. And the city began building Rockefeller Center in 1930. Rockefeller Center. Left is Christie's, the famous auction house. Now you're allowed to go in there and watch the auctions. If you do that, keep your hands to your side and don't make any facial movements. And they buy like a $30,000 bags. Over $30,000 to bomb on bags. We're making our turn here on 6th Avenue. And we're at the Rockefeller Center. See, all the buildings are the same. Okay? That's all the offices, nobody lives here. There are tours of Rockefeller Center, there are tours of NBC Studios, and there are tours of BBC Musical. As you make this turn, you'll see BBC Musical in a moment. BBC Musical was the first building on the Rockefeller Center. Atlanta, Georgia, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Cincinnati, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Branson, Missouri, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles. You know, that's a very lovely fountain. Last year we had a drought, and all the fountains were closed. And what they did about the fountains, they put pictures of water. That's what they did. I would rather did nothing, to tell the truth. No drought this year, right guys? No drought. No shortage of water, man, I'll tell you. Whew. It rains almost every day now.
Okay, that's the
Real Bush, real rough.
That place was good. I'll go there.
Maybe we should just jog up.
$1. All you need is $1. $1 here.
$1?
Look.
All right, look, it's free. $1 for
$1. All you need is $1. $1.
Damn, man. When the Lord Jesus Christ shall
Deixa eu ver aqui o filme. Minutes. It's comic from
David Letterman, HBO. Who's line? So he was like, his wife doesn't like to do it. That's like a official fucking analogy. I think it's a good I was very hyped for that day.
I didn't even know he took it. So you did it right, you're gonna hear it.
Every time, $10.
And there was something else that what? It was like you're paying. You're like, I'm gonna go to the real quick. I'm gonna come back. And then he turns around and
זכיתי במין כלב, מה זה מכוער? אז הדפקתי לו את זה.
Body language saying whatever.
Close, how I'm gonna be like. Ladies, we have a stand-up comedy show. It starts in 5 minutes. There's no age limit. And I we have Adam Hunter from Whose Lines It Anyway.
Broadway, pero é algo que era Broadway.
What it is, the reason I'm wearing it is what is what road.